Down the donuts in dollars competition here. We're doing a little bit of a pre-show. We're going to talk about the rule set, and we had 5 poll questions that we're going to break down and kind of go over what the answers of those polls were. So I'm Avery.
I'm Whit.
David.
So, but anyway, we're going to break this thing down. Rule set, right? Basically, everyone's going to grab a partner. You're going to have 3 minutes to roll with that partner, and then after the 3 minutes up, you have 10 seconds to grab a new partner. So we were just talking, normally like when you roll in a school academy, you know, you sometimes will do like 5 minutes on or 3 minutes on, and then you get like a 30-second break or a minute break. How do you think will that change anything?
10 seconds?
10-second break. So it's pretty much just like you're going. You think it will change anything?
I think it's going to be chaotic. Like, a lot of times the break is the time to like regather and everything. And dude, 10 seconds, you don't have time to even think at all. Like, you just got to find somebody that's free, I guess. So that's going to be different.
And what's going to be really interesting is if you tap, you got to eat a donut, and if you can eat that donut, you're still in. What makes it interesting though, in the first 30 minutes, you get 2 minutes to eat a donut. Dave, you want to take a donut?
Yeah.
These donuts aren't small, guys. They're Momo's. Shout out to Momo's and LaRue. I mean,
Where's Momo?
I mean, they're
Momo's in Rock Hill.
I mean, they're plump, fat, thick, a little fluffy in the middle.
How long do you think casually it takes you to eat them?
I don't know. I'd say we hit it. Real quick while you guys talk about a couple things. Let's see how well we do.
Go ahead and
let's go ahead.
We're gonna put a timer on. He's gonna casually eat this donut. All right, go ahead.
Casually.
So, but yeah, we're gonna bring up the poll here in a second, and let me pull it up real quick. So, one of the first poll questions we said is how many donuts will the winner eat? We got no one put 0, so I guess the winner. People think they're at least getting tapped once. We had 1 to 3 at 14%. We had 4 to 8 at 26%, and over 8. So most people think the winner of this competition is eating over 8 donuts. I personally do not think that's going to happen, just because the time limit is just it goes down. So you know, over an hour, you're only going to have a minute to eat this donut. These donuts are not small, so it's going to be tough. But I could be wrong. I think the winner is going to eat somewhere between 1 to 3 donuts. What do you think? Who's winning this competition? How many donuts are they eating?
I would say that threshold, like the 1 to 3, is probably a little more likely, but I can see like getting into 4 to 8. It's like somebody who's just willing to put them down like that could like
just put it away
from behind.
So Dave's finishing up on this donut right now. It's about 1 minute and 16 seconds. That's casually eating a donut. You think?
I'll tell you what I'm
What do you
thinking
think?
after eating this donut. First off, it's absolutely delicious. I may not want to go back in and roll. But I think if someone were to go back in and get tapped out pretty quickly again, for them to be able to consume another one right after that, we're going to have some major problems.
We're gonna have plenty of trash, trash cans around. And speaking of that, if you throw up, you're DQ'd. So don't throw up tomorrow. So.
And just to go back to the survey where it said 8 donuts, well, this box fits only 6 of these donuts. It's a pretty good sized box. I don't know. It's as interesting.
Momo's makes a great donut. So again,
it's a great donut.
Shout out to them.
Let me put one down.
Yeah, here you go.
You gotta have one.
You gotta try it. We're pre-gaming here, so
it's pretty.
They're solid, man. Look what's getting after it. And it's gonna the huge X factor is after you're rolling, you'll be sweating. Can you put one of these things back down and just go back after it? We're talking like we don't even know is the best jiu-jitsu athlete in the room gonna win, like on paper, or is it gonna be someone that is gritty and puts down donuts and jumps back in?
Now are the opponents allowed to use water to wash it down afterwards, or they're eating and then going back?
I mean, they can, but you got the timer.
Fair enough.
We just killed that thing. That's terrifying, actually. What do you think?
That was probably above 30 seconds. Let me swallow this.
It's good.
This glaze is going everywhere. That means it's a good donut.
They're delicious.
It is a good donut, but like if you don't have a liquid, dude, it's just like expands in your mouth.
It does expand.
And probably your mouth breathing by that time. You got cotton mouth.
It's gonna be a problem.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a problem.
And what's interesting, this next poll question, what weight class wins this? Someone that is below 170 or above 170? I'm personally going with above 170, but we got like Owen Tipton signed up, Jake Johnson. I know those guys are scrappy, they can eat. So you never know, but I'm going with the big boys, man. I'm going at 170. What do you think?
I think that's probably a good idea. Just like maybe they can rely a little bit more on like their strength and their weight, like in the later rounds, to just not get submitted.
Right.
I don't think they'll tap as frequently.
Yeah, I think that's true.
I think there's something that me and some of the heavier guys talked about, though, we're worried about is like, man, over that hour straight cramping. If you cramp, you're gonna get DQ'd. Our refs are gonna walk around, they'll 10 count you. If you can't continue, catch a bad cramp, you're out. So I think that's what's gonna factor in, like the ultra heavies, man. I think if they're not gonna, the donut isn't gonna get them. I think the sweat and fatigue is gonna get them after an hour. This next one was pretty wild. It said, how many people are gonna get DQ'd tomorrow by throwing up? We had over 71% of people on the poll thought over 5 people are throwing up and getting DQ'd.
So over and under at 5?
Yeah, over
What do you
under
take?
5.
You take the under? I'll take the under.
I'm going under as well. That's what I thought. I was surprised actually on this poll.
I'm on the fence with. I'll take what the poll says.
Okay.
I'll actually
Go
take
on.
what the poll
Go
says
on.
after eating one donut. Like, it depends how many times someone gets submitted and has to eat these things, how
Right.
frequently that is.
So that's and this this next one, it was pretty. This is real interesting to me. It's like, what belt color wins the 1K? Now this is what's interesting. There is more blue belts signed up than any other belt, but white belt was 20%. Black and brown belts combined are 20%. So the poll has the same faith in a white belt as we do in as a brown and black belt. I don't know what that says, but it's interesting.
It speaks to the brain rot that goes on Instagram. But you have more palms on the chessboard. Like you got more
Right.
blue belts. So man,
Blue and purple had the most. So purple belt 33.
We have a black belt signed up for this.
We have 4 black belts.
Oh my god, dude! Like
It's
a black belt's gonna win. A black belt's gonna win.
Man,
this is gi, no gi.
No gi.
This
So
is
it's
no
gonna
gi.
matter a
So
little
belts
less,
are
man.
kind of, what does that necessarily mean? I
Matters
think a blue
maybe a
belt.
little
I think a
bit.
blue belt.
Longer.
I think it
That's
depends on what school you go to, because sometimes a blue
Yeah.
belt from one school might be a little different.
That's fair.
And no gi.
That's fair. So then, man, the last one is, how long does this competition last? We basically said, is it going to go under an hour to an hour and a half, to 2 hours, or over 2 hours? Most people think, 57% think it's going over 2 hours. Again, the only downside to that is if you get tapped and it's over, it's in that hour and a half range. I mean, you have a minute to eat that. Like, these donuts are thick. They're not easy to put down. So I think anyone that gets tapped, I'm making a prediction. Anyone that gets tapped over an hour and a half, I think they're done. I don't think there's any way that they go put a donut down. But
how long would they have at that point?
It will go down. They would have a minute. I just don't know, man. After it goes from the first 30 minutes, it goes 2 minutes. Yep. So then an hour. So yeah, they would have a.
Well, so if it's 2 hours and people are saying people are going to eat over 8, they're going to have to.
Man,
eat over
it would be.
I mean, they would have to.
It would be tough.
This is what I'm thinking. Like some gamesmanship. Like, dude, if you have a friend, you better have them with like water handy. And like if you get tapped out, they should be following you over there and handing you a bottle of water.
Well, last guy getting tapped before the guys that's eating the donut that could possibly go in, right? You're gonna start running into a little bit of that towards the end. So it's gonna cycle up pretty fast.
You're gonna have water to like
put it away.
Any of those hot dog eating championships, like they'll be dunking the buns in water.
Right.
Like,
are we allowing bun dunking in our competition?
You probably can, but it might affect your. But I'm thinking if you the biggest thing is like after a roll though. Can you speed eat after roll? Because those hot dog competitions, they're doing awesome. But like, man, could they do like?
And they've been training. They've
burpees?
been training to eat.
Yeah, and man, the last.
I'm training to eat every day. Dude.
Right. The last thing, we had a couple awesome sponsors. DD214 Fightwear and American Murder Pajamas. So they are giving out a gi to the best costume or uniform. So man, if you're competing tomorrow, wear something crazy. You got an opportunity to get a gi. The first one to throw up, this one's kind of funny. You get the Embrace the Suck shirt. First person to throw up. I don't know if that's a winner, but you get something if you're the first person that throws up. And the last one, this is what's going to be really fun. Whoever is getting the most submissions of the day, you're going to get a $500 gift card. And that's a lot of money. So even if you're not winning, $500 to American Murder Pajamas and DD214 Fightwear, that's huge. Every time someone taps tomorrow, you're just going to yell your name if you tap somebody. And there's going to be someone with a clipboard that's going to write that thing down. So
we were wondering today, how we were going to keep up with that, but that'll be a good system.
For sure. But
somebody was telling me oh, how are you going to keep them honest, that they got tapped and that they're actually going to go and eat? I'm like, dude, the person that just tapped them is going to watch them.
Oh, for sure, I am.
Yeah. And if not the people in the crowd, if I tap somebody, I'm making sure that they're going over there and they're eating that.
Right. Except most folks are honorable in this sport. I mean, they understand.
Sure. Yeah, definitely.
Or are you going to get tapped out again?
Right? I don't know. If I get tapped out late, I might be like, oh, dude, anybody see that? No.
Yeah, it's and then I'm gonna pull up just to clarify everyone with the rules. Oh, the other thing we didn't talk about, the longest lasting female athletes. So the beginning, the female athletes are gonna have one side of the room. Whoever makes it the longest on the female athletes, they get $250. So that's pretty awesome. And then they're gonna jump right into to go with everyone else. They a lot of them were requesting that, and it was awesome that we were able to do that. But yeah, basically the time to eat, the first 30 minutes, you got 2 minutes. 30 minutes to 60 minutes, you got a minute and a half. 60 minutes to 90 minutes, you're gonna have it has to be under a minute. So that to me is just gonna be that range, that over an hour range. When you have 1 minute to eat this donut, it's gonna be tough. And it actually is 90 minutes plus. You're gonna have 30 seconds. I think after an hour and a half, if you get tapped and you have 30 seconds to eat a donut, man, that's gonna be tough.
It is, but there's what's the prize? Cash prize, $1,000.
Winner gets
people
$1,000.
get crazy.
It's crazy.
I mean, you're that close to $1,000. Things can happen.
You're right, for sure. But and guys, that's pretty good prize money for
for a $50 entry. I mean, you go to your local tournament and pay $150, and you're not getting $1,000.
No.
And you're not getting as many rolls in.
Yeah.
In that same amount of time.
I think the battle royale format is I think that's one of the better tournaments. I think it's a better test than a lot of local tournaments where you get a couple matches maybe with 30 minutes in between.
And you're gonna get a ton of rolls tomorrow. That's the thing too. Even if it's a partner every 3 minutes. So if you can survive 30 minutes in this competition, you got 10 rolls with 10 different
variety of
schools.
Levels, variety of schools,
cool.
sizes.
It's awesome.
It'd be amazing.
So we have females rolling separately.
Well, they want it's almost they're doing their own, not division, but we're gonna figure out who is the longest lasting female, and then that person's guaranteed $250, and then they're just jumping in with everyone else who's
females left. Are only rolling with females until the last female.
Because we have a separate prize just for the best female athlete, and then the winner jumps right into with everyone else. So it's gonna be awesome, man. It's gonna be a good time. We're excited about it. You have till 5 p.m. Friday to sign up. So today we're gonna upload this. Yeah.
Can we talk about who signed up to compete? Is that okay?
We're gonna wait because I don't want people. We don't want people ducking. But yeah, there's some good. Well, we have I know. I didn't get a look at the list myself. I'm doing it for sure. So I didn't want to have inside information or anything. But there was.
It's inside.
Yeah, now, yeah. But we have Matthew Legg is doing it, black belt. I know Witt's doing it. We have Jake Polanski, Owen, Christian O'Brien. We have some, it is not Kai Larson, white belt, good friend of the gym. Man, it's it's going to be, there's very solid people here. It's not even though it's a fun competition, there's really good people that are showing up. And that's what I'm excited about, just getting to roll with high level athletes, and it's gonna be awesome.
You know,
So
to like jiu-jitsu purists, this may be a little goofy, but like, man, it's gonna be hard rolls. Like, it's gonna be real jiu-jitsu. So
it's gonna be awesome. So we're excited, man. Get signed up, and yeah, it's gonna go
what
down.
about spectators?
Spectators, you guys can show up. It's gonna be live also on YouTube. So we're going live on a Triumph Fight Academy YouTube. Spectators, you can show up, but just there's gonna be limited room, but it's all right. Everyone's welcome.
Everybody
Find a way.
come.
Yeah,
Sorry
just
if
show
we
up.
have to turn you away. Maybe we could like figure out how we could open this up and have.
We'll put you in the cage. You can watch from the cage. You'll be elevated. It'll be great though.
Yeah.
Just show up, bring whoever. It's free. Spectators are free. Just come up and see what it's all about. It's gonna be awesome.
I think it's better for spectators. I think
for
battle
sure.
like open mat style, like battle royale style, is way better for spectators because there's somebody. Your friend is going the whole time.
Right.
Like everybody's going the whole time. You're not sitting at mat 6 waiting for 12:47 to come around.
Right, and that can take forever.
Yeah.
And again, who supplied us with the donuts
Yeah, so-
and the ability to get these donuts?
Right, so
these are incredible.
all this stuff. So LaRue, he was like, man, he didn't want any credit for this, but I'm gonna give him credit anyway. He's an awesome guy. Been training with us, a long time. LaRue and Momo sponsored all the donuts, so we didn't have to pay for the donuts. We were able to take the entry fees, get everyone shirts, put the $1,000 up, put the $250 up, and that was because seriously, Momo's and LaRue, they sponsored the whole thing. So we're really appreciative to them.
They make a good donut. That was a good donut, man.
Great donut.
I would go try
this
it
is
like
not
that.
your gas station donut.
No.
This is like if there was an artisan donut. This is an artisan donut.
It's
This
awesome.
is
It's in
solid.
Rock Hill, so it's a local. It's a local. It's not a chain. It's just awesome people up there. And again, thank you to DD214 Fightwear and American Murder Pajamas for. We have even more ways to win. If you puke tomorrow and you're the first one that pukes, you get a win. So it's like, yeah, right. It's like, if you want that
Pukers are
T-shirt,
winners, too.
come out and puke. But that's it, guys. Excited, and we'll see everyone tomorrow.